From the courts, let's go to the Electoral Commission because they began sorting out ballot papers for transportation to the various regions ahead of the December 7 general elections. That is just 23 days away. A press statement issued by Deputy Chair of Operations Samuel Tete said the ballot papers will be dispatched to all 16 regions under stringent security measures in 5 days from today, November 14. My colleague Kwame Ochijinia has joined me in studio. Kwame, what do we know about the sorting?
Right, so currently at the Greater Accra Regional Police office here in Accra. Today, the Greater Accra arrived at 12 noon this afternoon.
Okay.
So on the calendar of the Electoral Commission, Thursday 14, that's today, it will be at the Greater Accra region. Then tomorrow, 15th of November, the ballot papers will be in the Central, Western, Savannah and Upper West regions at 12 noon exactly. Then on Saturday, the 16th of November, it will be in Ashanti region, Ahafo and Western North, same time 12 noon. And then on Sunday 17th November, it will go to the Eastern, Upper East and Northeast. Monday 18th November will be in the Northern, Bono East and Bono regions. And then on Tuesday 19th November, it will be in Volta and the Uti region. So by Tuesday 19th of November, every region should have its ballot papers as far as the 2024 election is concerned. So currently, now the Greater Accra Regional Office of the Ghana Police Service sorting is underway to see that all political party agents are there to make sure that the seals are accurate and therefore keep it safe. And then on the 6th of December, so that's a day to the election, they would come back to check whether indeed everything is intact as far as the election is concerned. So some of the agents who are currently at the Greater Accra Regional Office of the Ghana Police Service have been sharing their thoughts with us.
153489, that is easy. NDC 153224, 153224. NPP 80399447.
We want to monitor the election from cradle to grave. We want to make sure that every part of the election process is monitored and it's in compliance with the provisions of the law. And that is what we started today. So we've moved the ballot papers from the printing house. We brought them here. We are going to check the details and then we lodge it in the police armory. And then a day or two before the election, we check it again and then we distribute it to the polling stations. So far so good at least. We have our eyes fixed on the ball. So we are monitoring every process and then we are correcting and adjusting wherever there are issues, and that's what we've been doing the whole of today. We are looking at the range of the ballots that have been printed. We are looking at where the ballots are being sent to, and then we are looking at whether what really happens is that once the ballots are printed, our agents will put tags and seals on the backs. So we are checking whether the seals have not been broken and whether the ballots are intact, and that is what we are doing now before we even lodge it with the police.
So that's the first was the EC official who is currently at the police headquarters in Accra, and then the Greater Accra Regional Director of IT elections for the NDC, who also spoke to the media. Okay,
KOJ, grateful for the updates. Let's go on the phone line and speak to Citizen Atodazi. He is the General Secretary of the Great Consolidated Popular Party. Good evening to you, Citizen. Thank you for your time on 505.
Good evening, Valentina, and thank you for having me.
Your agents, we didn't see them at the Greater Accra Regional Office of the Police checking the ballot. Why?
We are taking advantage of the various situations across the regions. There are some of them for Greater Accra, for instance. I mean, the distance was short enough, and I spoke earlier with Kwame that our agents who were there put their seals on it. So for us, that process is not, the process of transporting will not be, especially to Greater Accra, will not be much of an interest to us. But for the regions, we have our reps who will not escort the ballot, but would be at the various points to receive to ensure that our seals on them are still intact.
Okay. So it looks like you are more interested in the regions than Greater Accra, because you said Greater Accra is not much of a problem. Why do you think the regions are a problem?
No, Greater Accra is not much of a problem because it's right under our nose, and some of us have other means of making sure that everything is intact. I mean, as political actors, we have various ways and means that we do our monitoring.
Okay.
So that is why Greater Accra under my ambit is not a big challenge.
Okay.
But for the other regions where it might take me a while to get there, I have reps there who would inspect our scenes to be sure that it's intact.
But so far, do you think the process has been smooth, free and fair?
Oh, for Greater Accra, I would say so. We are yet to know how the others will go because tomorrow the other regions are also going to be transported and so on and so forth. So it's early days yet. So we would see how things go. I mean, parties that are interested would escort the ballot to the regions. Like I earlier indicated, we would not be doing that. However, they'll
come and meet you at the place.
At the receiving point.
Are there certain concerns that you seek to raise, or are there certain things you've picked up so far that you want the Electoral Commission to address before transportation to the other regions are done from tomorrow?
In fact, most of the concerns that we've had, we've already raised them with the Electoral Commission. As and when our agents have an issue, they let me know. In fact, they have a supervisor that deals with most of the issues. But when it is beyond the supervisor, I get to know of it, and I take it directly with the elections department of the EC. Okay. And so far, it's been responsive. There have been some few times where there are delays in getting things resolved. We actually pay particular attention to water region and some issues that is happening with Constat, the printing press. But we don't want to raise any alarm now. We want to see how things will go, and we will respond accordingly.
The issues, are they with some alleged printed or tam-printed ballot papers already?
No. In fact, I think about a week or two ago, if you remember, the EC came to respond to the issues of excess ballots. Yes. And beyond the excess ballots, there were some of the ballot papers which the numbering, when they are numbering it, you realize that it should follow a certain serial, but it was not. So I think Volta region and another region that has escaped me were having those issues. Okay. When we reported to the EC, they had also taken notice of same. I mean, the other region that I can't easily recall, I mean, we had to discard it and share it and restart the process. Okay. Volta region, it wasn't done so. But as we speak, like I earlier said, I am hearing two different information, whether it's going to be the register that's going to be printed by another printing press, which had earlier been started by Constat or not. Oh. But I don't want to raise the issues now because there are issues that have come to my attention and we are still monitoring it. Okay. What the agents are doing. So by close of day today, I mean, I will speak to the supervisor and see what his report is picking up as of now. Okay. Citizen, thank you very much for joining us. Citizen Atodazi is the General Secretary of the Great Consolidated Popular Party, GCPP. Also joining the conversation is the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer. Doc, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time on 505 tonight.
Good evening. Let me say good evening to your cherished listeners.
The process has started today. By noon, the ballot for Greater Accra was at the Regional Police Headquarters. Your observation so far, everything smooth to your party agents. What are they reporting to you?
Well, our party was hugely represented in monitoring the transportation of the ballot papers. So far, so good. We had all these serial numbers and then the sales of our party records are all intact. And all the other so now everything appears to be
I'm losing you as you're going on. So if you can reposition yourself for me, I'll be very grateful.
Very well. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear now.
Good.
You were talking about your seals when I lost you intermittently.
I say our seals are intact. We've taken records of that, and the records of the issue seals as well as our opponent's seals. We are not only taking records of our seals, we also take records of our opponent's seals as well.
Why?
Of course, we don't track any move of what is going on. We know our opponents and the issue, they are one. So when they put their seals, we will take it. We will take the records of the seals as well.
For GCPP, their agents are not accommodating the ballot papers, or they are not part of the transportation process, but they would be there at the venue to check, put their seals and all that. Is the NDC agent going to follow the ballot? Because tomorrow they're going to other regions until the 5 days is over for the transportation across all 16 regions. Are your agents going to help in the transportation? Are they going to accompany them to the various areas, or you position them there and then they will do the checking or tabulation?
In fact, we are following every vehicle that is carried every ballot paper, every constituency.
Doc, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm saying that we are following every ballot to be carried by the Electoral Commission from the print house to the regions. We are following it.
Any particular
Every
reason?
ballot.
Is there an interest?
What?
Is there an interest? What are you suspecting?
Oh, that has been the practice. This is not the first time. All the elections that we conducted from 92, anytime they are transporting the ballot papers, we always get our vehicle to also follow them. That has been the practice. So it's not anything new.
Now, Citizen Atudazi raised an issue that somewhere in the voter region, they had issues with excess ballot and that their serial numbers were not tallying. Has the NDC picked same reports?
Yes, we picked the same thing. I mean, we raised it at the IPAC. We've spoken to the officer in charge of the printing, and they've taken action on that. The print house, I know they are taking the printing from them. They are not going to continue printing the ballot papers. It's been given to other print house, doing bulk press, to take care of the printing of those ballot papers. They were challenged. They had problems with the serial numbers and then the quality of the ballot.
So, is it to say that in that region we are beginning the printing anew, or they're continuing from where they left?
Not all the ballots. It wasn't all the region constituencies. It was some few constituencies involved that they had that difficulties. So they will print those other ones.
Okay. Doc, very grateful that you joined us. Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer is a Deputy Director of Elections and IT